Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me is my co-host, Nick Muley. And yeah, we had a lot of fun covering werewolf movie last week, The Howling. And this week we decided to cover another werewolf movie that has been requested. And this is one that I remember fondly from first seeing it when I was still just 10 years old. And it is Dog Soldiers.
It's a pretty good film, I gotta say. So talk about werewolf films.
Oh yeah, as far as this is like one of those werewolf movies that's just surprisingly good.
Yeah, I mean, and just the way how they they have that realistic look to them.
They do. Yeah. Oh, hang on one second.
Everything okay, or are you sharing?
Yeah. I'm just sharing with somebody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I wish there was some way that you could kind of share right before you get on the show, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that with StreamYard.
If only. Yeah, I've had my problems with some live stream, including on my PS5. I have to like set up the thumbnail right as the show is starting.
Ridiculous. Oh, by the way, Don, I don't know if you just noticed, but I'm now officially starting to wear my Halloween clothing.
Nice.
Starting off with the tank tops, of course. So it's first day was yesterday. So now from this point on, all the way till I would probably say mid-November, it's going to be nothing but Halloween shirts. I went through all my summer clothes, so now it's the cool stuff. So this will be fun.
Yeah, for sure. I got to get my Halloween decor up. Yeah, this coming September. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, it's like I said, today we're covering Dog Soldiers, and I remember first seeing this when it premiered because, well, first off, this was an independent film. Obviously it was aired. It premiered on like all these different film festivals, mainly throughout England, and then when it finally got to America, they premiered it on Sci-Fi Channel as like a sci-fi original movie, and wow, like this werewolf movie just blew my mind, and I'm just amazed. Like I just love the way the werewolves looked in this. That's like one of the best things about this movie is the werewolves. In fact, let me pull up on here. Hang on, werewolf dog soldiers here. Okay, just to give you guys an idea of what the amazing work that went into bringing these monsters to life. Hang on. Open. Oh, here. Okay, I got it. Present. Share screen. Okay. No, I don't want to open the page. Just the image. Okay, this thing's being picky. Okay, hang on.
Best thing you should do is at least have them ready at before you have the show. I mean, not trying to.
I did have it ready. It's just
you did have it ready. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is good. Sure. This is as good as I can get right now.
Okay. Yeah, I've had that issue before myself, so I know the feeling for it.
Oh yeah. From the look of this, judging by scale, it looks like these things are about probably 7 feet tall.
Yeah, they're pretty big. They're really.
It looks like they're on stilts.
You know what? That's exactly what I was thinking. I thought it looked like they're on some kind of stilts or some type of leg support to make them taller, or even maybe like some kind of. I know it sounds crazy. Maybe like a type of like boot or something for the costume that makes them because you've seen before. Like I got those special boots that I usually wear for Halloween that has like that base underneath it, so it makes people look kind of taller. Yeah. So I'm not saying that's what they're using, but maybe they're using like a similar technique or something for the feet.
Could be. Oh, here's a production shot.
Oh, wow. Check it out.
Yeah, I haven't seen this before.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but I just love the detail that went into all this. Like the way they did it was they had like the head was like removable. It had like these built-in mechanics to control like the mouth movements and everything. And let's see, like this looks like a perfect combination between a man and a wolf.
It does. It's like, you know what? It actually kind of reminds me of like some of the actual supposed cryptids out there, like the Beast of Bray Road and the Michigan Dog Man, because it's exactly as how they usually describe it. They're especially the Michigan Dog Man. I think they say it's reported to have like the body of a man and the head of a wolf or a dog. So it really gives me that vibe of like the cryptids we have in Wisconsin and Michigan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like they have their reports that they have how all across the world of how these things would look. Oh hey Tom,
What's up, Tom? Oh,
how's
and
it going?
speaking of which, I should probably tell you right now, you're probably going to see Tom more often because he actually he just recently retired from the Walmart job, so
Oh,
therefore he'll be around. He'll be around more often during the evenings to
oh,
watch
okay,
shows.
I see. Cool, nice. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, Tom. Thanks for tuning in. And let's see. Yeah, this had a this film had plenty going for it. Like I like how it completely avoids that whole theme about as far that werewolf movies tend to follow, how focusing on how the oh hey Nikki.
Hey, Nikki, good to see you.
Yep. Where typically werewolf movies focus on like the individual who is cursed with the werewolf, like like having to deal with having to undergo like control like the beast that's within that'll be unleashed. But that's not the case here. I mean, the werewolves here are depicted as just these like I don't want to say mindless killing machines because these werewolves were intelligent.
Right? Yeah.
These things when they were going after those British soldiers, these werewolves they were organizing they were strategizing, they were like actually like making smart decisions, and so were the human soldiers in this. Like
Right. Right.
they it's like they didn't have like just some dumb characters. Like they like these characters in this they had like done like diverse personalities and also were smart in their own ways.
Right. And that's what I really like about these werewolves in this film is that they try to approach it in another different direction. So it's another good change to see.
Oh, Tom, you never seen this movie?
Yeah, you
Yep.
say, Tom, if I were you, I mean, I'm not trying to turn you away, but this show contains spoilers. So are you sure you want to watch this without having seen the movie?
Well, it's his call. I don't want to discourage him or anything. Yeah,
Well,
your call, Tom.
still, it's always a good thing to just say that this show still does contain spoilers. So it's
Yes.
just probably worth bringing that up.
Oh yeah. Well, Tom, I've been a fan of this movie from the very beginning when I was just 10 years old. And love the movie ever since.
And to answer your question, Tom, yes, it's a jack-o'-lantern shirt I'm wearing. It's a tank top, actually. Oh, Tom said he doesn't care. All right, your
All right,
call.
it's up to you, man. But yeah, so might as well tell you this. When I was 10, I was watching Sci-Fi Channel, and they announced the new werewolf movie, Dog Soldiers. I remember tuning in about 5 minutes early, and like before that, they had this killer monkey movie that had Ron Perlman for some reason. Yeah, for some reason, I never looked that up. I think it was Primal something or other. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, especially if it has Ron Perlman in it. Great guy. Anyway. So yeah, watch the whole thing because at 10 years old in the family room, sitting on the couch watching that while my parents were like outside, like working on the garage or something. Yeah, I'm looking at werewolf movie with so much action and not to mention quite a bit of gore. Yeah, sci-fi doesn't really do a good job censoring gore.
No, they don't.
No,
They really don't.
yeah, it's like I experienced all that at 10 years old and my parents never even knew about it. just like it was like Evil Dead all over again, which I watched that same year.
Yep, yep. Movie we're talking about this time, Nikki, is Dog Soldiers.
Yep, it's my second favorite werewolf movie. Second favorite, and guess what number one is, guys?
Is it American Werewolf in London?
Yep.
I figured.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh,
hey,
Jeremy's on?
Yep. Thank you so much for tuning in, Jeremy. Yeah, we're covering a cult classic tonight. Yeah, this had some of this movie has plenty going for it, like the acting, the effects, and to me, like this just reminds me of like soldiers versus werewolves. It makes me think of like kind of aliens, kind of a feel to it. Like how like when in Aliens it introduces the whole concept of space marines and they're fighting against the xenomorphs, the aliens, and now it's soldiers versus werewolves.
Check it out. Seems like a number of people here have not heard of this film.
Oh, I recommend it highly.
Jill,
hey,
good to see you. Oh, she said she watched it. Okay, now we got someone who's seen it.
Nice. Good one for werewolves. Oh, yeah. It's great for people who love a good werewolf movie. We were talking about like the effects. Like we were showing like pictures of what they look like. And yeah, ever since I was younger, I noticed how they look like they were on stilts. Like we were just mentioning.
Emily, what's
hey,
up?
Emily. Hey,
this is a surprise. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah,
Good
it's
to
been a
see
while.
ya.
Welcome, Emily. Yeah, great to see you. And one thing that I always enjoyed about this was just the cast that brought these characters to life. Like the main character here is Private Cooper, played by Kevin McKidd. Let's see, Sergeant Wells, played by Sean Pertwee, and the main villain in this is Captain Ryan, played by Liam Cunningham. And all three of those actors, I should mention, have made it big. Like as far as TV, they played major roles in like all sorts of hit TV shows. Like let me see if I can. Let me do this. I'm
While
gonna
you're
try
doing
some.
that, I'm going to catch up on some of the comments. So Jeremy just wrote, "Got to brush up my callus speak." The hell is that? You know what that is?
I don't know what he's been talking about.
And Emily just said, "Oh, geez, her son was injured. No sports tonight." First off, hope he's okay. But either way, I mean, it's still good to see you here either way. So,
hey, Tom.
Oh, Pickle Tom's in the house.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
What's up?
I'm doing all right. Just coming back from a weekend of my anniversary celebration with my girlfriend. So
I saw that. How was that?
Atlantic City was cool. I lost. Well, I'm not going to say how much I lost because I'm embarrassed, but I lost some money while I was there.
Oh no!
That's that's the life of gambling.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it was still a good time.
Don't feel bad though, Tom, because I've gambled myself, so I know the feeling. It's not that I've lost a lot. I'm not going to say exactly, but I know the feeling though.
Hey, me too. I've lost $50 on a slot machine once. So
I was there for that.
If only that was all I lost, I'd be all right.
And
it was all on slot machines too.
Yep. I use the slot machines. I got it. Okay, I got to ask one question on one type of slot machine because the other Tom McNicholas is here, and he and I usually gamble a lot when we go on these paranormal trips. Have you ever played that game? Buffalo.
That is Stephanie's game.
Yeah,
she will sit at that for hours because it will keep giving back to you, and you'll keep like kind of mostly be breaking even the entire time you play it. Yeah. Me, I sit down, I lose constantly at it. So I just float around to every machine that just catches my eye, and then I wind up losing so much money. It's ridiculous.
I'm just going to say this. There was one time I played that game. This was now exactly a year ago when I was at the Michigan Paracon because they have it at a casino, and they had that game. And normally, whenever I play this game, I have Tom McNicholas, who usually is there, and Tom just said that he always wins, and there have been a few times I've won too, but on this occasion though, I didn't. I was like, damn it, where's Tom when you need him?
Tom is saying we should make the sequel.
Can you imagine how much thousands of dollars we would need?
Yeah, not only that, they've been trying to make a sequel ever since the first movie came out. They were going to call it Dog Soldiers Fresh Meat, but they could never get it off the ground.
The Last Biscuit.
And so, yeah, like we were like mentioning how this movie has a real good cast, which some of these actors on here actually went on to play major roles in hit TV shows. Like right here, let me see if I can do this. Here, present here, entire screen. Yeah, sure. Okay, let me do this here. So this is kind of like Liam Cunningham. He played Captain Ryan in the. Is this showing?
Yeah.
Okay. He played the main villain in this, Captain Ryan. But in later years, he would become known for that, and also for playing Davos Seaworth in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
And also that's right. And so Sean Pertwee, who played Sarge in this movie, he would go on to play. To play Alfred in Gotham.
Huh.
Yep, he was Alfred, Bruce Wayne's butler before he became Batman. And I should mention he actually starred in one other werewolf movie in 2015 called Howl, where he would play the ill-fated train conductor who decided to go out and investigate why the train was stopped but little does he know werewolves are out there. I mean, come on, that's like horror movie. That's like horror movie mistake number one: going outside to investigate.
Especially by yourself.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Nikki.
Yeah. What's up, Nikki?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Oh, you can do it too. Love it.
Let's see.
I thought I'd surprise you with that, Don.
Yep. Yeah. So, Nikki, today we're covering Dog Soldiers, and this is a werewolf movie that I treasure. And one of the reasons is because of the cast. We're talking about the cast right now. And here's one more name I wanted to bring up. This so Cooper is played by Kevin McKidd, who later on would go on to play Owen in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh wow! Oh, cool.
Yeah. So quite a few familiar faces in this.
I noticed, like, now I will admit I have not seen the movie. Okay, but I came in because you invited me. But I did watch a few clips. I mean, was this purposely made to look like an older film?
It was meant
like to quality.
It was meant to have that kind of B movie kind of vibe to it. You know, like because this was this had a limited budget, and I think they did all sorts of I think they really did their best with it, and it shows on here. So, I mean, this
all practical effects then.
Oh yeah, all practical. Okay. Like, the werewolves, no digital effects for the werewolves at all. And I just love that whole Night of the Living Dead kind of feel to it. Like when they go to that house and they have to barricade the place and fend off not zombies this time, but werewolves. Keep them from getting inside. And I just love that battle scene where they are just fending off the werewolves. Like, one of the soldiers, Joe, is like firing a shotgun like at the werewolf through the window, but gets too close to the window, and the werewolf grabs the shotgun from him. Joe ducks down, and a round goes off, and the werewolf throws the gun back inside. And I'm like,
the one clip I was watching, I saw it looked like they were in like a cabin or something. And when the one dude turned into a werewolf on them, like there was a sword, and the sword dropped on the ground, and dude just had a stick in his hand, and he went, "Go fetch." I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, there is some humor to this. There's a fairly good amount of humor to this, but let's see. Oh, here, let me catch up with some comments here. She's talking about Liam Cunningham, who played Ryan in this. Loved him in Game of Thrones. Yep, it's one of my favorite shows ever. It's Game of Thrones. It's brutal. It's violent. It's can be disturbing, but it's worth seeing. Yeah.
There is one thing I wanted to show, because this is what Tom McNicholas said. Wait, Tom, we try using my sister's dog. There is no way she'd be able to cooperate with us ever. That will never happen. It's not even that I don't want to do it. She will not cooperate.
Yeah, I do remember that upsetting scene in the beginning where, actually, I'll get to that later. But there actually is a dog in this movie. Actually. Where there's a dog named Sam who was who was just inside the house, who was owned by the family that lived there. But the family, which we find out the whole family were werewolves, were the werewolves, in fact, because when you think about it, it's isolated house. The only people that live there, like within about 100 miles or so. And the only people that live in that area is that family. So the family has to be the werewolves.
Hey, Lauren, good to see you here.
Hey, hello, Lauren.
You know what? They should make a movie where it's dogs.
Oh yeah, the guts open. Oh, she's referring to when Sarge was like near the beginning when they first are attacked by the werewolves. He's clawed across the stomach and his intestines are out, and somehow survives that.
Yeah, I know. I know. As far as I know, that's pretty impossible to survive.
Oh, would you look at that?
No, just like
I'm just going hanging out,
But but Sean Pertwee, like, he really sold that. Like where Cooper was like trying to push the guts back in, and then he was like screaming, saying, "They're not gonna fit."
It's like that tells me already if that was like something that could happen to people in real life. The fact that this guy's guts had poured out and he's not dead yet is already telling me that such a mutilation like that isn't even the worst thing that could happen to a person.
Yeah.
Just shove them in and get some Flex Seal.
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
No, that's Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, one.
Flex Seal.
Yeah, because that's how they ended up patching him later on when they got inside the house was with super glue. After punching him unconscious because he couldn't take the pain, he was like, "Cooper, knock me out, hit me!" Hits him, and wakes up again. Is like, God, you're pathetic, hit me.
They should have used Gorilla Glue.
Oh, here. Didn't the director of this also work on? Yes, here. Billy was asking something. Didn't Neil Marshall? Yes, he directed this, and he also directed The Descent, another great horror film, by the way. Yeah. Doomsday was all right. Let's see, Hellboy reboots. Let's see. Oh, and he directed 1 or 2 episodes of Game of Thrones.
I refuse to see the Hellboy reboot. I'm sorry.
No, I have not seen it either.
Not even David Harbour is worth seeing in that.
No, Ron Perlman is Hellboy.
Yeah, well, I liked him better. Yeah.
He's still alive. There's no reason why he couldn't do another.
Duct tape fixes everything.
Duct tape fixes everything. They're all saying duct tape.
No, I'm telling you, Flex Seal would have worked because that works on wet surfaces.
There is also, of course, also Gorilla Tape. So
yeah,
I got everything, you know.
Yeah,
Staples, yeah, maybe. Oh man, so obviously there's a lot of humor to this. Like even like when like that drunken scene, like before he gets knocked out. You know, like I think Sean Pertwee actually did get drunk for that scene, just to give it more realism to it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Show me the way to go. Oh, wrong movie. Wrong movie. That's the one behind Don.
This is actually the first time I heard Don. If you didn't know, Eric, he watches a lot of shows on the network, but this is, I think, his first time actually watching this one because he goes to sleep early.
I gotcha. Hey, welcome, Eric. Thank you so much for tuning in. But that's what super glue is used for in the battlefield. Oh yeah, that actually is true. They usually mention it in the movie that during the Vietnam War that they used super glue to try to patch up wounded soldiers.
Then they had to use nail polish remover to get the super glue off once it healed.
I'm loving the comments that keep showing up here. Like, do you think Flex Tape and Flex Seal better than regular tape?
Oh Jesus!
I think it would be because it forms a more permanent seal, and you can put it over top of stuff that's already wet, which I'm sure the guts were soaking wet. So yeah,
Flex Seal commercial, see believe.
That's right. He flex sealed a screen on the bottom of that boat and was able to go right across the water.
I think I know where this is going. So this keeps getting brought up. Before, for the longest time, it was all about Gorilla Glue, and now it's going to be about Flex Seal.
Oh yeah, but last funny moment for me, the absolute funniest moment of this entire movie. It was during the a very serious scene. The scene where they were for the first battle, where they were fending off the werewolves from getting into the house, like when they armed themselves and all that, was where this character named Spoon, which is short for Witherspoon, he was like hammering up the door. He was hammering up the door, and then a werewolf sticks its hand into like the mail slot. You know how some doors have a mail slot. Sticks its hand inside the mail slot door, and just frantically Spoon is hammering that werewolf's hand. Here, I think I'll be allowed to show that clip. Hang on one second. If it's brief,
I mean, if it's not like terribly graphic.
No. This is it's not graphic at all. It's comical. Believe me.
Sorry, when you said Spoon, the first thing I thought of was the Tick. If you guys even remember that cartoon.
Oh my God!
Wait, that was his battle cry.
That sounds so familiar. I really feel like I've heard of that before.
Here, I found it.
Okay, put it on full screen so that way. You can get a better view. Here. There we go.
Okay, here we go. Here, this is where Spoon is hammering the door. Hang on. That kills me every time.
Can you imagine if it was like a real person's hand going through, and they actually hit the guy's hand?
In reply to Sarah's,
oh my God, dude, are you okay?
I doubt they actually did an actual hand.
In reply to Sarah's comment, that's why I'm here.
Oh, here. Where's Sarah?
Oh, right here. What she just said. Oops.
Here. Let me.
Incorporating humor with high intensity situations seems to have an intense reaction.
That's why I'm here. Bring it in.
And also, Jill makes a good point. I actually kind of have this feel too. She says this whole movie gave me total thriller vibes. And it does. It kind of does in a way, since it has that old format look to it.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were going for with this. And the thing is, this movie takes place in Scotland. I should mention it's like where all these troops are gathered, like to do a field training, like a training exercise against some special ops. But and then only to find the special ops have been slaughtered, except for Ryan, by werewolves and holding up in a farmhouse. But the thing is, this movie wasn't actually filmed in Scotland. I think I actually have this written down.
It was filmed in the UK, though, regardless, though, right?
Luxembourg. Luxembourg.
Is that? Oh, that's another. Yeah,
That just sounds like, hey, look, some bird.
Yeah. No, isn't that like an actual country itself, or is that just I've heard of it before, but
yeah, they said that they felt the place was more favorable as far as tax policies and practical access to for the crew and the student facilities, and yeah, they felt like that would be the perfect spot for it.
Plus the lack of money.
Yeah, Sarah basically is right. I just looked it up. It's another country in Eastern Europe.
Oh, it is Eastern Europe. Okay.
Matter of fact, I think I actually have at least one or two paranormal connections out in Luxembourg that I actually still keep in contact with.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like imagine like having to go out there. Like I'm pretty sure this was filmed like I think during the fall season or winter season. So that means cold weather that these guys had to deal with.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Man,
I mean, you can kind of see their breath at times, so that probably indicated it was pretty cold when they shot it.
Oh yeah, totally. And I think like from beginning to end, this movie really grips you. Like that opening scene where the couple is like and it said is like camping. I think the boyfriend was gonna go was supposed to like go out like in the military, like he was being sent out. So she gave him like this what looked like a letter opener that was made out of silver. Yeah, and then they get attacked by a werewolf inside while they were inside of a tent. Yeah,
oh, shut up, Sarah. What the hell? Nick is building a paranormal network to rival Al Qaeda. What?
Wait, what?
I didn't know Al Qaeda was paranormal.
Wait, what?
No comment for that.
I'm at a loss here. I'm confused.
Yeah, no comments. I don't even know what that means.
Can you picture Al Qaeda going out with spirit boxes and EMF readers and?
Oh yeah, and here, Tom is saying that the movie is available on Plex. Yes, it's available there. This movie is available on Hulu, and yeah, if you don't have those, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. That's where I found that clip, or like, I just looked up the whole movie. It's on there. So.
If you're creative enough, you could find full versions of movies, especially older ones. Online.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just watched Bill and Ted's Face the Music tonight.
Yeah, did you?
Yes. It was actually not bad. I was surprised.
Yeah, it's crazy Keanu Reeves reprising it after so long.
I know. He looks like he had some work done when I was watching that movie. I just got to say.
Oh man, but yeah, I still got to watch that one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, you just don't look at him at the same way after the Matrix and John Wick.
Yeah, to go back to the.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But even in the Matrix, he worked in a little bit of Ted. Like when he said, "I know kung fu," I swear to God, it sounded dead on Ted. I know kung fu. And
funny we're bringing up the Matrix because they actually made a reference to the Matrix in this movie.
Really?
Like, yeah, the final bet where they were being attacked by the werewolves again. Although it turns out Megan, the person who would saved them on the road, betrayed the group, and she was a werewolf herself, was part of that family, and so Spoon was killed by the werewolves, and still had the only way he was able to recognize the bloodied pile of guts that was all that's left of him. Was like the watch that Sarge had given him in the beginning to keep track of the time.
I can guess the line that's coming up.
Yep. And then, so then Cooper's like, "Where's Spoon?" Because they got separated. They're like, "Where's Spoon?" And then Sarge picked up the watch and he recognized immediately. He said, "There is no Spoon."
I knew it. You said Spoon enough that it just popped up in my head. I'm like, oh, I know it.
Yeah, but I gotta say, Spoon actually fighting off those werewolves was actually a hardcore way to go because throughout the whole movie, he was depicted as like a goofball. He was like the class clown of that of his platoon. But him just going down and just fighting against those werewolves, even when he did that, he ran out of ammo. He was using kickboxing, which apparently this actor who played him was doing in real life. Kicking out one of the werewolf's teeth. The two that got embedded inside the wall that showed that. And then that's the part where he was stabbing with our kitchen knife and had no effect on the wolf because the knife's not silver, and just resorted to throwing anything that was on the counter at it, hitting it with pots and pans. He was going all out on him, and I was just like, "Yeah, Spoon, go off on him, take him down." Oh man! Oh here.
Just put it on. I give you the play-by-play. What?
He's like, just put the movie on. We'll talk you through it.
That's right. We'll just sit here and watch the movie.
I'm pretty sure
if we were able to do that, if not for all this copyright stuff, I'm sure we would love to, but we can't, unfortunately.
I would have loved that. Like just. Yeah, like us, we would end up making this into Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh my god!
You have
this is a movie that's not even terrible. That's what.
You have no idea how many times that has come up for me to be a part of to do. Even going, and I'm actually going to say the name of the network. Even going back to Psycho Bunny Death Cult when I was on there, like we talked about doing that on there as well.
No,
I even made an overlay for a StreamYard for it.
Now, if we were to do like a Mystery Science Theater like style video and just ripping into one movie, the movie I would love to rip into is House of the Dead.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I hate House of the Dead.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That movie. For those who haven't seen it, yeah, good. That movie sucks.
Bring the popcorn.
Okay.
Bring the popcorn.
Yeah. I was just saying, Nick. For those of you who haven't seen House of the Dead, good. Keep it that way. That movie sucks.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, good. Yeah. It's a mess. Yeah, looking back at that movie, I just can't help but feel very, just absolutely sorry for every poor soul that went into a theater and paid money to see that.
Okay, it's not bad.
Wait, that was released theatrically?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was like a direct-to-video film.
The sequel was.
Oh, okay.
So they made a sequel to a bad movie.
Yeah. Because it worked so well the first time.
Well, they've made sequels to bad movies.
Well,
nightmares because we were talking about it.
Oh my God. I got to get to what Lauren just said. I have an idea for a movie. Attack of the Duct Tape.
Hang on.
Don, we got to film something now.
I got duct tape.
God.
I got
and
scissors.
it's got to be cheesier than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Or the cheesier.
It would definitely be a lower budget, that's for sure.
Yeah, cheesier than Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, I like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
So does Jeremy.
I will still watch it when it comes on.
You know what? Oh wait, actually, I got to just say something very quickly on that. When I was in Colorado a few weeks ago with some of the show hosts, we were actually scrolling through the TV, like watching it. We were scrolling through Tubi TV, and they had a couple good horror films. Most of them were like these really low budget ones, but among one of them was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So I'm like, let's see what else. Let's see what else they have here. We scrolled through the entire list.
Good to see it.
And we scrolled through the entire list, and we just can't make a decision. I'm like, all right, so it looks like we're gonna have to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, a lot of those movies. Yeah, I mean, a lot of those movies that are on Tubi, I'm pretty sure most of them aired on Sci-Fi Channel, which Sci-Fi Channel is where I first saw Dog Soldiers when I was 10 years old. And when it premiered, and that's like one of the very few original movies on Sci-Fi that was good, because later in the years after the fact that followed, Sci-Fi Channel gained like this reputation for being a dumping ground for these bad monster movies.
Well, see, I'll just say quickly, like for a film like Killer Clowns, I actually saw that on Svengoolie. He just showed that actually a few weeks ago on his show, and I'll just say right now, it was, even though I've seen it several times, that was the first time I actually got to watch with Jeremy, so we had a fun time.
Yeah, and I think they actually, maybe I'm mistaken, but I could swear that they did do that on MST 3K. Like they Mystery Science Theater did do Killer Clowns, I believe.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
I can swear I remember.
I don't know if they did, but
commenting about the cotton candy casing for the humans and stuff.
I see. Yeah.
Nikki, I just saw you. I just saw the link. So duct tape forever.
Yeah. Hey Nick, I wanted to mention earlier. Hey Nick, I forgot to bring this up earlier. A couple of facts that I researched over the past few years about Dog Soldiers that surprised me as far as the casting goes. Because when they were trying to cast this movie, originally, you know who was going to play Cooper instead of Kevin McKidd?
Who?
Jason Statham.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. He was originally slated to play Cooper in it, but he dropped out so he can star in Ghosts of Mars. That John Carpenter film.
Yeah.
And as much as I would have loved seeing Jason Statham just taking on a pack of werewolves, I still think Kevin McKidd he did an amazing job with the role.
Oh wow!
We've got to kill these werewolves.
Well, so the clown goes crazy.
Bring it to your Labor Day. Oh, you're throwing a Labor Day party, Nick?
Not that I know of. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what I'm doing. That day's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like in the almost 100.
Yeah, we're supposed to get another heat wave next couple of days.
I hope we don't.
Like 97 to 100 degrees.
Yeah, we just got over a heat wave this past week.
You know what? It's just simply the final waves of summer before the autumn season arrives.
Yes, Eric, we were just mentioning that earlier. Sean Pertwee, who plays the Sergeant Wells in this, he was Alfred in the show Gotham. Yeah, I like when I first watched Gotham, in 2014 when I was in college, and it was again a lot of hype. But then when it showed the Wayne Manor, and then it showed Alfred, I looked at him, I'm thinking, he seems familiar. But then I looked at Dog Soldiers, I'm like, oh my God, that's him.
Hey Nick, look at Tom's comment.
Wait, what did he say? Attack of the Killer Duct Tape versus the Pickle Man.
Okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now we got to make a movie out of that.
Oh yeah. And I just thought of another person who was supposed to be casted. There was the original. What's this?
It's
Duct Tape Forever.
Let me solo layout for it. It's the Duct Tape Forever.
Steve Smith. Yeah, that figures.
I can't believe that's an actual movie.
I just thought it's only 100 here lately instead of 100. Oh man.
Oh,
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we don't get a heat wave here because this is the last weekend for the pool at the park that I work at.
Oh,
really? If we get a heat wave, it's going to be that much more people there and that much more trash to clean up.
So that means we won't be able to do an episode of This Is Tom's World.
Hey, look, I am 2 weeks out from the last episode, so I'm already late. I gotta do another one. I wanted to do one in Atlantic City while I was there, but it didn't work out. I wanted to do Lucy the Elephant there in Atlantic City. It's this big tourist attraction you go inside of. But I swear to God, right where her butthole should be, there's a window right there.
Okay.
And I wanted to focus on that at the end of the video, but I couldn't get into the place because the tour group was too big.
This is going so wrong.
Okay. Moving on.
I didn't make the thing, I
just duct tape it.
The duct tape killer.
The duct tape killer. Oh my God.
Oh, here.
It's Wayne's World commercial.
Yep. That's the twist of this video. This is secretly a Wayne's World commercial.
Yeah.
I really think that people just pander to the companies, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
So, sorry,
Nick.
Wayne's World too.
So Nick, wanted to mention more about these about the werewolves. Like we said before, the werewolves in this have an amazing design to them, and also had they did an incredible approach to how their behavior is, because they're how werewolves are typically just depicted as just bloodthirsty monsters that but these ones are not only that, but they're also intelligent. They strategize how to take on the British soldiers, because when they're all trapped inside the house, they one of the things that the werewolves do the first thing they did right before doing the first attack was cut the power, because because as we all obviously we humans need light to see, but wolves do not, because in real life wolves actually have night vision. They don't need
hunters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're serious hunters at night.
But when you say they're intelligent,
that's when almost. You remember I told you guys before that investigation I had that I was concerned about coyotes or wolves. You remember that when I investigated that wooded area, Don? You remember I told you about that?
Yep.
Yeah, it was like pitch black, and you have to remember. I mean, it may have been a haunted location, but this was still a forest. There's coyotes or wolves out there, and going in nighttime. I didn't have a flashlight or anything. And I just kept telling myself, I sure as hell do not want to get attacked by a coyote while I'm out here, let alone one I can't even see coming. So that was I was unintentionally putting myself at risk. So I definitely know the dangers when it comes to such nocturnal hunters like that.
Oh yeah, like think about wolves. You encounter those things in the wild, like the worst thing you could do is just turn and run because that's what they're counting on. They want to chase you down. They want to take you down.
When I was in that wooded area, running was not even an option for me because it was pitch black. I had nowhere to go. Even if I did try running, I know I would probably may seem comedic for others, but when you're actually in the situation, it's kind of scary. I probably would have
another tree,
rammed into a tree or something like that.
Yeah, just like the first soldier that got killed off in this movie. Like like that guy the soldier named Corporal Bruce Campbell. Yes, that was intentional.
Really?
Yeah, that was intentional.
Did he have a big chin too?
Yeah.
Did he say like groovy?
Yeah, he decided to run. He was like separated from the group when they were first encountering the werewolves during right, it was when it was about to turn nighttime before they got to the house. So Bruce was cornered by a werewolf when his gun wasn't working. Like he just pulls the trigger, just goes click, despite having a full clip. Explain to me how that happens, but yeah, how the hell that happened is anybody's guess. But then Bruce decided to run, like in a panic, and then boom, gets impaled by a tree branch.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to
effect.
run when I had my issue if there were any coyotes around, because I didn't want to fall for that same fate.
No.
Just kick him in the throat. You'll be all right.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I was in the dark. I couldn't, even if I wanted to do that, I couldn't see anything. So where are the bears there in this movie where they just avoid the whole area knowing they were not the apex animals in the area? That's actually a pretty good question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's actually a pretty good question.
Yeah.
Why are there no bears?
Well, the werewolves were the apex predators in this movie. They were killing off all kinds of wildlife. They were basically anything that's they'll basically attack anything. If it moves, they'll kill it.
There were no survivors, essentially.
When you said they were intelligent, like the mental picture that came in my mind, like there's
they do.
Right, so actually, the humans are inside of the cabin. So I think what we should do is surround the cabin. I'm sorry, it was a funny vision in my head. It didn't transpire well in the chat here, but
oh my God, Sarah!
Oh my God,
that's what I was thinking. But I do want
to say, okay. That I think.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine?
Thank you, Jill. At least somebody laughed at it.
Yeah.
I got blank faces on the panel here.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to follow through with what you were saying, so it's
because
not
I just picture them being all gnarly and then all of a sudden putting on glasses and just. So really, the humans are inside the cabin, and I think we should surround them, and then you should go through the window, and we should just planning out a whole thing, being intelligent.
They were like the soldiers inside were keeping track of the wolves outside, saying the wolves are staying within the tree line, and the only reason why they're keeping their distance because they don't know how much ammo we have left. Because not only the werewolves but the soldiers were also strategizing and being showing intelligence as well, not making dumb decisions we typically expect in horror films, because they were conserving their ammo, and not only that, also putting on pots and pans full of hot water to use that as a weapon, boiling water, which they did end up using during that first battle scene.
Yeah.
They work well against werewolves.
Yeah, Cooper was in the middle of the fight. Cooper grabbed one of them and it said, "Spoon, get down," and then just tossed it right in the werewolf's face at the window.
I got to show this quick comment from Warren because this was from a few minutes ago. Check this out.
Oh my God. Jesus. Yeah.
I had to bring that one up.
Yeah. You just hear the duct tape.
And speaking of Spoon, I forgot to mention this one thing about the character Spoon. You know who was originally going to play him?
Who was that?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg?
Yep. He was.
Oh, man.
He came this close to playing him. This close. But then Edgar Wright, the director, one of his friend and also, one of his frequent collaborators said, "No, wait, hang on, Simon. Wait, hold off on starring in your first horror film. I want your first horror movie to be this movie I'm working on called Shaun of the Dead. We'll make you the lead. Wait to have Shaun of the Dead be your first horror film. No, not Dog Soldiers."
They would have had to bring Nick Frost in too.
I gotta say, I can't imagine anybody else having been in Shaun of the Dead. To be quite honest.
True.
Oh, more serious comment here. This is actually something Lawrence told me, saying she's selling some of her paintings to help pay off a $2,000 medical bill that she has for a surgical procedure that she's having. She's told me a lot about it. So then you guys are interested in wanting to purchase any of her paintings, Lauren, you'll probably have to send a link or something so that they could find it. So just wanted to bring that up for her.
I got you. Lauren. But I wish you the best of luck on paying up. Wait, the only problem is the weakness is daylight, which seemed to be so vampirish. Yeah, well, it was a full moon, so
it kept the original.
It kept that. Yeah, but it also kept the werewolves having intense strength, and even it's like I said, they demonstrated intelligence. Like they were intelligent enough to use a shotgun, like it fired off one Joe's shotgun that one part, but. Thing is, they don't intend on using their guns. The only weapons that the werewolves needed are their claws and their teeth, and that's it. That's all they needed.
Usually the way it goes.
Yeah. That's all they needed.
Exactly.
Wait, how did they operate shotguns with those long nails?
Here, good. Your guess is as good as mine.
Because I saw that clip, and the werewolves in there do have long, shiny nails, or at least that one did in the cabin.
Yeah, they did.
They obviously polished them really nice.
Yeah. They go to this, they get their manicures and their pedicures. I want black sable this time. So, because the pink didn't really work last time.
So we did this just in time. Nice.
Right,
man. What is it, Nick?
It was nothing. It was something Nikki sent me.
Okay.
It's an inside joke.
We'll show it after.
I don't know if I can even
the show.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll show it after the show.
Yeah, I don't know if I can show it on the show. Maybe afterwards. But Joe's like, "Where's salon?"
That's right.
Oh,
the pink just didn't work for me last time. Maybe we'll go with the blue this time and a high glaze, especially on the toes, because when I wear my sandals, I like, because I can't wear sneakers. I mean, look at those toes.
If you could also give polish with giving that kind of duct tape look to it, that would also.
That's right. Yeah. If we could, like gray hash marks would be good.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying a new flavor this week. The blackout berry, the body armor sports drink. Yeah,
it's kind of the energy drinks. Yeah.
Well,
that's a good drink.
It's not an energy drink. It's a sports drink.
Yeah, it's for rehydration mostly.
Yep.
And that's a good drink to have for you kiddies out there that like to imbibe a little bit during the night, and you have work in the morning. That's a good drink to have.
Yeah, and plus this thing did wonders getting me through that heat wave.
Yeah.
It's like
they like Glitterdale polish.
Yeah, he actually made Cooper actually made a comment saying in this movie that when Megan and him were explaining to the rest of the group about that these things that they're fighting against are werewolves, he was saying, well, I'm not convinced that these things didn't just escape from a local nut house and forget to shave and trim their nails.
So we could already say for sure that it's not hypertrichosis, obviously. The werewolf,
and Lauren,
aka werewolf syndrome.
Lauren, they would have glitter nail polish if it was made by the same people that made Twilight.
Yeah, yeah, right. And I like how, and the characters constantly demonstrate how diverse they are. They each have a different way of thinking and a different way of, at first the character, the Joe, he was in disbelief, saying then he was his first response was, "Is he taking a piss?" Thinking, "Are you messing with me saying that these things are werewolves?" But then Spoon is like, "What? It makes perfect sense to me."
Is he taking a piss?
Yeah, Spoon was on board from the get-go that these things were werewolves. He was like, "Yeah, I believe it. Makes sense."
It's the blue supermoon. See, I'm just gonna say this right now. It sounds unrelated, but it still revolves around the blue moon. All I could think right now is two things involving that. There's the beer of Blue Moon, and also there's that classic doo-wop song from the early '60s called Blue Moon.
You left me standing alone.
Yeah, they had that in American Werewolf in London.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, they did. I forgot about that. Either way, that's still
any song that had the word moon in it, American Werewolf in London would have it.
Yep, including
still a good song either way.
There's a bad moon on the right. That was in that too.
Yep.
Actually, it's probably worth.
In fact, that was the song that was on when he was transforming the first time, wasn't it?
Yeah, you saw me standing alone. Yeah, that was. It was like a different version of that song. They have like 3 different versions of that one song in that movie.
Joe, Tom singing.
Oh, here. One thing I wanted when I've just remembered. We were just talking about the character Joe. Like one of the running. I don't know if it's a running gag, but it's something he brings up constantly. That he would like. He's a big football fan. Football, which over there is it's soccer here. We call it soccer here in America. Yeah, I know cultural differences.
I know.
Yeah. But so Joe's constantly bringing up, I missed the biggest match of my life for this training exercise. England versus Germany, and showed like the end results of the game at the end of the movie. Like that England won, by like 5-1, and so what's crazy and crazy enough, I actually looked into that of like England versus Germany games during that time, and there actually was a game that it did end 5-1. So
is that right?
Yeah, I'm guessing that was based on an actual game. Oh, Nikki, is there like a guinea pig or something on your shoulder?
No, it's a tribble. Oh, wait. It's a tribble with ears.
I was gonna say, is that a real? Oh, I thought it was like a real one.
I thought it was real too.
No, it's fine.
Well, it was at one point, and then it died, and she had it stuffed.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that got dark.
Well, I mean, he's just saying, as he always would say.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Oh my God, Lauren! I think Tom needs to sing the whole song "Blue Moon."
I don't know all the words.
Now when I watch, now when I watch the transformation scene in American Werewolf in London, that iconic transformation scene, and they're performing Blue Moon, now I'm going to think of Tom singing it.
Well, actually, no. I was thinking more of every time I hear that song "Blue Moon" from I think it was like from 1961. Originally, so now every time I hear that, I can't help but think about, oh God, I can imagine Tom singing this now.
I'd have to be really drunk, which means it would be really bad. But to me, in my mind at the time, I'm singing it perfect.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's probably worth bringing it up. I think actually several of the I can't remember. I think it was the Marcells. That's what I think the doo-wop was called. Group was called. I think a few of them are still alive today, but I did find out sadly a few years ago the lead singer of that group had passed. So yeah, maybe Tom could take the place. Next word is out of
Lauren, you can teach him the song, Lauren. Yeah. So here another funny scene I just remembered from Dog Soldiers is they're looking. So they know they're low on ammo. They got to conserve it. So they're searching the house looking for those different weapons, melee weapons that they can use against the werewolves. And so Spoon, he ends up fighting this big sword, which would Ryan, when he transforms into a werewolf, gets impaled by later on. Yeah, so he has that sword. Let's see, Joe. What was that?
You heard that too?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Machine.
Like, what?
Whatever. So
sorry, my phone rang.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Or either that or somebody farted.
Okay, so so Joe ends up finding it. So Joe finds an axe, and let's see. Yeah, Terry, one of their other soldiers, Terry, I didn't bring him up yet. He finds like one of those electric knives, like you find in the kitchen. Do they even make those anymore?
Are they like Bowie knives or what exactly?
No, it's like let me look this up.
Lord, Blue Moon starring Tom's World.
That's right.
Here, it was something
to change my logo to a moon.
Oh, here it was. It didn't look like this. Like I guess they do still make these. Hang on, I just looked it up. Sharing the image now. Share screen. Here. It was like so Terry found one of these things in the drawer when he was looking through a kitchen for weapons.
Oh, I have one of them.
And it's like Terry. I look at him finding this, and I'm just like, no, Terry. If you're planning on using that against the werewolves, then no, you are royally screwed.
No, I mean, if you're fighting a fully cooked turkey, then that'll work well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't even have a chance, even with a fully cooked turkey.
Yeah, no. That would just go right through.
If you're using that against the werewolves, then no, you're dead already. At least with a sword or an axe, you have a chance of at least hacking off limbs, which Spoon ended up doing with a sword when Joe was being grabbed through the window, like the boarded window, and like one swing of that sword, and it took his hand off, like the werewolf's hand off, and Joe was like, "Cheers, mate."
It's like you'd be better off with the hedge trimmers than that little knife.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I look at that knife and I'm just like, oh, okay, Terry, that's just pathetic. Come on, find something better, man.
And unless that electric knife was silver.
Unlikely.
Yeah, that's right.
Unlikely.
You get some silver blades for that thing, then maybe.
Oh yeah.
Or a silver
do
bullet.
They turn when bitten? I think bitten or clawed, either one, because when Ryan's platoon, when his special ops platoon was killed during that night before, like Ryan survived being being clawed, and then he ended up turning, and they had like stick him with that sword, so he had that sword stuck in through his chest through the rest of the movie. So that's how you know which werewolf was Ryan.
Yep.
And let's see. Oh yeah. And the Sarge, he ended up getting clawed, who had his intestines torn out and just miraculously healed, because he's cursed.
So,
and also because of the duct tape.
Yeah. But and he ended up transforming and ended through his final act right before transforming into a werewolf. Because let me correct that. He didn't fully transform; he just partially. The eyes turned yellow. Right then, he hit the stove knob, which set off that spark, causing the gas to ignite and explode the house with the werewolves inside. Well, Cooper was in the basement with the dog Sam, and that's. So to answer your question, in short, yes, you do turn when you're clawed or bitten by those things. Yeah. So,
I mean, that's usually been the way of more modern werewolf movies, like the bitten or clawed part. The clawed part didn't come in until the more modern movies, I think.
Yeah,
because back in the day, you could get clawed by a werewolf and you were fine.
No, yeah, same thing with zombies. Like if you were scratched or bitten by one, then same thing.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. The toxins in their blood and all that.
Oh yeah.
Because it is a virus, as we've learned from The Walking Dead.
Check it out. Yeah, that's true. So Lauren said that knife you were talking about, her parents used to use that on things.
See, and that's why I made the turkey reference. That's what I use to carve the turkey every year for my family at my mom's house.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't steak and beheading still work on them, or it must be silver?
Well, they didn't really try that in the movie. They didn't get because these wolves, they're agile, they're strong. Like these things are like 7 feet tall too. They're taller than a man.
Yeah,
yeah, and it makes me think of Kevin Peter Hall. He was a huge guy, playing Predator. He was like that. How the werewolves were like that height, or at least when the actors had stilts on. Because seriously, we and Nick were just mentioning earlier, we were looking at pictures of the werewolves in this, and they look like they had stilts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the physical structure of the canine back legs, you would. I mean, I didn't see this movie again, but did they have like the backwards bending knee kind of thing?
They had something like that.
So I mean, you would have to be on like a higher thing to just get that effect for the people in the costumes.
Yep.
Since it was all practical effects.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, they did the same thing in American Werewolf in London, where like the knees, as you would call them, on a canine, like bent backwards, like a dog's do.
Yeah, and they just and you even see a little bit like that too, also in The Howling as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so everybody who's seen this movie, all know if there's one character to easily hate in this, it's Captain Ryan. Even when they played by Liam Cunningham, Irish actor. And so when I saw him play a character in Game of Thrones, someone who had a character with a completely different personality, like genuine and kind, and was innocent and also was illiterate, trusting this little girl to help him learn how to read. And I'm just like, wow, this character is like a major improvement compared to Dog Soldiers. He's absolutely nothing like Captain Ryan. Captain Ryan, you hate him the very second in the beginning when Cooper was part of his special ops training exercise. The final task was to shoot his dog, and I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, right.
Old Yeller all over again.
Exactly. So Ryan kills the dog, and upsetting Cooper. And I just think to the end when Cooper and Sam are the only two still standing, and Yeah, they're in the basement where they find all kinds of bodies and discarded, clothing. Well, basically all the victims. I'm guessing that werewolf family kept all kinds of remains throughout the house. And so then werewolf Ryan ended up being down there. You could tell it's him because he still has that sword stuck through.
Yep.
And just when he was about to kill Sam, the dog Sam,
the hell was that?
I was about to say, what the hell was that?
It sounded like that. Like
I have no idea what that was.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's
So Ryan ends up attacking the dog Sam. Like when Sam was defending Cooper goes for that silver letter opener that belonged to the first victims in the movie. They just happened to have that there, and then jabs him with the letter opener and then shoots him in the head. What's wrong? What's going on?
I changed the background.
What are you doing, Nick?
I wanted to.
Okay, Nick.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah. I said, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. I mean, are we done?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. Then it ends up. Then when Ryan is weakened, Cooper shoots him in the head. Cooper finishes him off, shoots him in the head, and I just think, well, at least Cooper managed to save a dog from Ryan this time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was satisfying in the end.
What the hell?
Nick, mine's
Okay. Enough tape.
There's a Twitch viewer here, Don. I'm not sure if you faced 500 penguins in a school. Could you survive? What the hell is that?
I don't know. Maybe.
I have no idea what
you guys go to Twitch? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we got a Twitch account too, but we don't really get a lot of Twitch. I mean, we get a few, but so far we haven't had like a lot of viewers. So it's kind of rare to sometimes see a Twitch viewer.
When me and Dom did Dom and Tom's World and we would go to Twitch, we'd have like one viewer every single time. Yeah. No idea who they were because they never said a word.
We did have actually one viewer on Twitch who actually was from Greece that was watching one of our shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cujo versus werewolf. Yeah, exactly. Only Sam the dog wasn't rabid. Sam was nice. And you could tell right from the get-go that Cooper actually loves dogs. Like when he was searching the house when they arrived, making sure it was all clear. Came across Sam and was like, and told Sam, "Hey, sit," and then Sam sat and then extended his paw like to shake. So Cooper immediately hit it off with that dog. So then it's like they were just only in that house temporarily to patch up Sarge after he had his intestines spilled out. But then the werewolves, demonstrating their genius again, they had followed them back to that house after escaping from the woods in that car, that Megan's car. And then, they go outside to make sure the coast is clear. They can get in the car and get out of there, only to find the engine had been torn to hell. The whole hood was torn open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, that's when we're, because Cooper and Spoon were checking outside, looking around, they find that the car's trashed. And the werewolves are within the tree line. You can only see glimpses of them. Look at them, and Cooper's like, "Don't stare back." And then Spoon's like, "Can't help it." And then they run and gun, explode, get back into the house. And I just love the cinematography in this, as far as how they're just slowly revealing the way, just showing glimpses of their shadowy figures in the woods at first, and then slowly showing their faces as the movie progresses. It's I guess it gets representing how the unknown forces in the dark are being brought into light.
Yeah, and it's also common way of movies of the such being when there is a specific type of monster or something like that. You don't always see all of it right away. You know what I mean? They give you little glimpses of it, and then towards the end, oh man, what's the name of that one movie? Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
Like that. You didn't get to see him fully until towards the end.
Yeah, that's right. It's at first it makes you think that the creeper is a man, but the thing is it just dresses like a man, but it's not a man.
No,
it's a monster.
It's just grabbing parts of this one and that one.
Yep. Oh, here. I know exactly what you're talking about here, Jill. The dragon scale disease. Yeah, that's what the little girl had in Game of Thrones. Yeah, like there was like this disease. It's a completely made up disease where there were apparently these stone people in Game of Thrones, people actually made out of rocks, and
they're called golems.
Golems, yeah. If they touch you, you contract the disease where you develop rock-like skin.
I got stoned, man.
I knew you were going to make that joke. Knew it.
No, man, I did, man. I swear.
I mean, he is kind of right. I mean, how else can you describe it?
Yeah.
I just want to see what Tom. I'm laughing so hard right now. The soldier was bitten. It looked like they wrapped his. They did. They used super glue, didn't they?
They used super glue at it. Yeah, like later on. Yeah, they did. Like,
didn't they do that in another movie where somebody's belly got opened up and they just wrapped them in duct tape
or something? I thought there was a movie that did something like that.
I'm actually having a flash of that. Right
School 3, I think it was.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it didn't work. It opened up.
Comment right here. Being attacked by duct tape.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I first saw this movie when it premiered on Sci-Fi. Did any of you do that back then, or I'm guessing some of you saw it later on?
I did not.
You didn't wait. You didn't see this movie, Tom?
I haven't seen it.
No, I said that in the beginning.
Oh, no, wait. It was I confused you with Tom Nicholas.
Oh,
yeah.
He said he hasn't seen the movie. I thought you did.
I did no, that was me. I said that when I first came on here. Like I said, while I may not have seen the movie, I did watch some clips before I came on here after you sent me the link. And that's when I said I saw the clip with them in that cabin and when they said go fetch. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, no, makes a good point.
Even though it's like even though like this movie is obviously has some serious moments, there is a little bit of humor that they slipped into it.
Oh yeah. You have to do that with horror film.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom said he's watching it. Yes. Yes.
He's definitely check it.
Staples could work if not no glue or tape.
Man.
Well, I've got this.
Yeah, you got
this.
Yeah, you got plenty to seal up any wounds from werewolf attacks.
And this is the high grade one that's like
I was
aluminum.
Say, it looks shiny.
Yeah, this is the aluminum, real thick stuff.
Yeah.
So,
The only other time that I've ever seen somebody like seal up a wound with duct tape was in Hollow Man when Josh Brolin was attacked by Kevin Bacon. When Kevin Bacon was invisible. Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he ended up getting his character ended up getting a serious injury that she ended up patching up with duct tape.
Yeah, I think that might be what I'm thinking of.
Joey,
good call.
Don, where is yours?
Where's your duct tape?
Yeah, it's on my tool cabinet where it belongs until I actually need it.
Well, the only reason I have this in here is because I used it to seal the outside of the air conditioner in here back in the beginning of the summer. So.
And to answer that question too, I mean, I know I don't have a physical one. I know there's one around here somewhere, but that's why I changed the background so I could use it as a substitute.
I've just always had it.
See, like this is the kind that doesn't even have a sticky back.
Then it feels feel it off. Oh, I see, Jill. I got you.
Cool.
Don has the stapler.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, like
it's the name of a new horror movie.
Yeah, it's like when I first told people like about how when I first saw this, and I'm like, hey, this was the same time at the same time when I was 10. I was when I was same age as when I first saw The Evil Dead. You know, that had some bloody crazy content too.
Oh,
really?
You
were 10 when this came out?
Yeah,
I was 10 when this movie came out.
It came out in 2002.
Yep.
He was a baby.
Jesus.
Yeah.
My son was already born.
Well, hey, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, you're younger than Don, so I'm actually the true baby here.
I'm the old guy.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
When did that happen?
I'm a year younger than you.
Yeah, you are. But you said that I was that Tom was younger. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
No, not Tom. I'm talking about you. I said you, not him.
That's right. I'm the youngest one here.
Yeah.
And if you believe this, I have a bridge I'd like to sell you here in Philadelphia.
But yeah, 10 years old. I was a little guy watching people having their intestines torn out by werewolves. So,
well, I did that as a kid too.
Yeah. So, yep. I was watching that gruesome content, and my parents didn't even know about it.
Oh man,
Yeah,
how far we fallen with movies?
Yeah, they were just what, Nick?
How far we fallen with these films, even at a young age?
I'm sure in 2002, my parents were probably good with me watching movies like that. I mean, I was born in 1975, so
okay, yeah.
The same year as this one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I like how it says right here, maybe too intense for younger children. Yet, it's like true. This movie sparked the fear of water into millions, but it also sparked the love for cinema within 5-year-old Don Elme. So 5 years old, I saw Jaws. So yeah, and kept going from there. I was watching more and more gruesome stuff since then.
That's my new thing. I'm gonna say, man, I'm Jaws old.
77. Joe, oh wow, Lawrence.
So Jill was born the same year as Stephanie.
1969. Wow.
92.
Her granddaughter was born in 2007. Geez, that was when I was just entering high school.
Yeah, same.
Just entering high school. I graduated high school in 93.
Wait, no.
That's the year I was born. So you graduated the same year I came to this world.
Yeah, no, wait. I take that back. I was becoming a sophomore in 2007. Yeah.
I was going to say, since you're a year older, you should have been a sophomore then.
And I'm glad you guys pronounced it.
Revealing all their years that they were born. 1958. I already knew that.
I'm glad you guys pronounce it sophomore and not like Alex Trebek, sophomore.
1995.
I've always referred to it as sophomore. I didn't even know that didn't even exist.
Even though younger, yes. Thank you, Jill.
I mean, I even wondered, sophomore, is that even a real thing?
Here, let me read Jill's comment here. Anyway, I love their knowledge of all these films, even though younger. That's awesome. Yeah, from a very young age, I was hit with the movie bug. Yeah, so.
And the fact that you love horror movies means you got to know 80s films because, I mean, that was filled with horror films.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I was little, I was watching Gremlins. I was watching, oh, man.
Not a horror film.
Well, it can be. It's a horror film for children.
Yeah.
No, I still count it.
A horror film with Howie Mandel doing the voice of the main
character. Howie Mandel. Yeah, Howie Mandel is Gizmo.
What's that? What do we? Oh, Triller Killer. I've seen that film. That is a brutal slasher film from late 70s, 1970. That was 1979. That was one of the video nasties.
Yes. Oh, here. I also remembered one other thing from we were talking about Kevin McKidd earlier, like what he's done aside from Dog Soldiers. I just remembered not only did he do TV shows, he also did voices for video games. Like most notable is when he voiced Soap McTavish in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3.
Wow.
Yeah, he was he was like the player the character that you play as in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, but then he ended up getting dialogue in the next two games. And when he spoke, immediately I knew that was Kevin McKidd's voice. Immediately I knew it was him.
Nick disappeared into the duct tape.
Yep, he's vanished into the duct tape. Seriously, why did he even put duct tape in the background? Like, what is that?
Because of all the duct tape references, I guess.
Yeah, he just wants to be a clown.
Not a killer clown from outer space. Well, maybe he does.
I could still hear what you guys are saying.
He's back.
Yeah, I could still.
That's his front.
That's his front. It's not his back.
Yeah, we saw his back when he was walking away when he disappeared into the duct tape.
I'm just forever entangled in the duct tape now. Thanks, everybody, bringing it up.
Let's see. Let's see. What there was another scene that I just remembered about where the wolves demonstrated their intelligence. Like, it's like this time the humans thought they were outsmarting them. The soldiers, they were sending Spoon out to create like a diversion to lure the wolves away from this barn shed where there was a car, like a Land Rover, that they could use to escape to try to have Joe hotwire it. So they thought, Spoon was like, Spoon ran back up inside the house safe while Joe was out in the shed getting the Land Rover, only to find there was a werewolf up in there, like ripping off Terry's head and throwing it onto the windshield. And So Joe drives the Land Rover out of there, to the front of the house, thinking all is clear, only to find that there was a werewolf in the back seat.
Of course
that whole
there would
time.
be one.
Yeah, it's like they knew the werewolves knew they were going to try to go for the Land Rover. They knew.
Be back momentarily.
The voice behind the tape.
And so, these werewolves were smart. They were planning, man.
Yeah, and they work together in a group. So, like,
that pack mentality.
It's if you kind of look at it in a way, it's like, how can I describe it? It's very much like you see in some other type of monster films. Like a lot of times, when you see other movies like this, usually if it's a group or something, they want all the victims to themselves. But in this case, they're actually communicating and telling the others that they have potential victims that they can hunt.
Yep. They had this pack mentality. They were just planning out their next moves, cutting the power, destroying the vehicles and hiding in the back seat to kill Joe. And oh my God. So Joe never did get to hear about the results from that game he wanted to see.
Lauren's like, I graduated high school in 1987, college in 1992.
Also, want to mention the point of a special ops mission was to abduct the werewolves to take them back to. Yes, wanted to mention that. That's one of the things I was going to get to. That so Captain Ryan was there not just to to set up this training exercise for the Sarge's platoon. No, that was just it was all one big setup. They were using the platoon as bait to lure out the werewolves and to lure out the werewolves and capture one alive to use it to modify into some kind of a biological weapon. And I just like Captain Ryan's explanation as to what they were doing. They said, you ever heard of Special Weapons Division? They're the guys who make dolphins put mines on submarines and have cute furry animals tear your head off at the neck. And I'm just thinking, cute furry animals tearing your head off at the neck, huh? Thinking back to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I always did wonder where that killer rabbit came from. Now we know.
You can't go wrong with Monty Python.
Now we know. Here, just to remind everybody, hang on.
Nick got eaten by duct tape.
Okay, enough about duct tape.
I think we might have just created something. I think we might have created something, Don. I don't think this is
it's getting really old. It's just like how when Halloween Kills, when they try to create a new thing saying evil dies tonight, that got old halfway through.
Well, no, just remember, it might not just be this show. Now they're probably going to start doing this on the other shows. I think we just created something.
Yeah, it's gonna get old quick, just like Evil Dies Tonight and Halloween Kills. Same thing.
Well, Gorilla Glue hasn't died yet. But they were outsmarted throughout the film, proving their tact and high intelligence. Proving the werewolf tact and high intelligence.
Yeah, that's right. Here, so according to Captain Ryan, they created this. Hang on, let me share the screen. Just to remind everybody. Here. So apparently, their research created this. Hang on. Cute furry animals that tear your head off the neck. Now we know the origin. Now we know what. Attack on Hired. Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, hey, Dog Soldiers is a British movie, and so was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So yeah, they must have. I'm guessing that it exists in the same universe. They created the killer rabbit in Holy Grail.
Secret of the secret DNA is a little bit of duct tape.
Okay, but they didn't use duct tape at all in this movie. They used super glue. So they used super glue. So if everybody wants to create a new joke, get your facts straight.
Well, might have to throw in Flex Seal with that too, since Jill was the one who brought that up.
Tom, your mic's off.
Your mic's off, Tom.
Kahima.
My fault. I said actually it was crazy glue, not super glue. I mean, there's a difference, Maybe I'm too old and you're too young to remember crazy glue. I don't know.
No, I remember crazy glue. I have
crazy glue.
Yeah, I remember Crazy Glue. I have some up there.
Yeah, that was the commercial where Crazy Glue, it's strong enough to hold this man suspended in midair, and his like helmet is glued to the beam.
Yep. And this movie teaches us that it's good to use for reapplying intestines.
That's right. You can do or duct tape.
I'd still apply Gorilla Glue.
Or why not do all three? Duct tape, crazy, or all four. Duct tape, crazy glue, super glue, and Flex Seal. Then you know they're staying together.
That should. Yep. There you go. In case you're ever out.
I learned what the sergeant's name. Like, so I think if I'm guessing correctly, the sergeant in this movie, Sergeant Wells, Sean Pertwee's character. Well, I think his name is Henry Wells, so it's a reference to H.G. Wells.
Oh,
yep. And everybody knows who H.G. Wells is, right? He's the man behind The Invisible Man, War of the Worlds, and The Time Machine.
Yep.
Oh, geez, Tom's going through this quick. He's at that part now already.
Oh, man.
And then Lauren said maybe they use silly putty. No, they only use silly putty. They only use that if they wanted to put it on there and then take it off and have a backwards version of his intestines. Like, I don't know. Did any of you use silly putty as a kid? Like on comics and stuff?
Yeah, I use silly putty.
Like you could put silly putty on a newspaper, like comics or something, and then peel it off, and it would be on, like the imprint would be on there. No, all right, I'm old. Okay,
isn't that the same material like they use for for turtle wax?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, turtle wax is a lot more liquidy than silly putty. Silly putty is a bit more thick, like consistent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, like one of the things that's most terrifying about this movie is like just the futility of survival that the soldiers are facing against these werewolves. It's just like they have like little to no chance of surviving because they were constantly running low on ammo, and they just
Wait, what just happened? I got a message.
She brought out silly putty.
Oh, no, that's not silly putty.
Yeah,
that's like a slime, like the Nickelodeon slime over.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I just love how there was just like dire, like little to no chance of survival in this movie. Like it's like if you were in this situation, it's like, especially in the end, like when the remaining guys, Cooper, Sarge, and Spoon, when they all three of them got separated. Spoon is like boxing the werewolves in the kitchen, while Cooper, like Sarge, is inside of a bathroom, like trying, like using a flamethrower, using a flammable spray in his lighter to try to keep the werewolves from getting in the room, like through a hole in the wall, and Cooper's like digging through. Yeah, and Cooper's trying to dig in. Yeah, so you got all this going on, like it's like complete chaos in the end.
Yeah,
killer mosquitoes.
I'm like funny when the dog was biting his intestines.
Oh yeah, I don't think it was intestines. I think that was like one of the bandages they were using to patch him. But yeah, some people do think it's intestines.
Lauren's got a question for you, Tom. What beer are you drinking this time?
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Oh,
is that
Molson Ice. Yes, Molson Ice.
Oh,
it's from Canada. Nice.
That's my usual go-to drink in this house. That's what we drink here.
Sweet.
Wow. Second is Moosehead, also Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, here, 5-minute warning, guys. Yeah, so we got 5 minutes left on this. Okay, here. Wonder if crosses them against vampires. Huh. Don't think so. I don't think the crosses would work against the werewolves. Because if it did, I'm covered, guys.
unless they were made of silver and you pressed them up against them.
Oh, well, yeah. Like the silver has to be in their system too. Like because remember, Cooper had to stab like Werewolf Ryan with the letter, that silver letter opener. It has to wound them in order to weaken them. So
I mean, I guess it's the same with silver with vampires too, though, isn't it? Yeah. Silver vampires have a silver thing too.
In Blade, yeah.
Just
well, in quite a few movies, actually. Yeah. I think even in True Blood, that was a thing.
I haven't watched. Strangely enough, I haven't watched True Blood. I got to see it now that I have HBO.
It's a great series. It really is, because I referred to it before, like where they have Were Panthers on there.
My favorite.
Oh my God.
Guinness.
Favorites Guinness. Nice.
I can't. I'm a bad Irishman. I can't do Guinness. I'm sorry. It's just nasty.
No one ever asked the question, why just silver?
Yeah. Yeah, silver. It was silver or fire. Like Megan in the movie was saying, and those are the two ways that can kill them. They said, as far as silver, nobody's ever gotten close to. I'm trying to imitate that, like the voice. I'm no good with accents.
Werewolf's favorite beer is Blue Moon. Of course it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a British accent, so.
Well, there's multiple British accents too, depending on what part you're from. Northern, southern, and
the accents can be diverse.
What do they call that? A Cockney accent, like the more.
I don't think there were Cockney accents in this.
No, no, not in this, not in that movie. I mean, just in general with the British accents.
Oh God, yeah! Don't mention Howling 2. That movie was that movie was a joke. That was a joke. Oh, yeah. I don't want to see it again.
I wonder if there was a werewolf in X-Men. Would Adamantium?
Yeah. Well, there was no werewolf in X-Men.
Yes,
no, I said if.
Well, actually, no. I take that back. In the movie. In what was it? The New Mutants. One of them was Wolfsbane, played by Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. So yeah, she was pretty much like a werewolf. So
yeah,
but adamantium. That's like the metal that they used to make to give Wolverine's bones that plating, make him stronger.
Right. Even though he could already heal on his own before that, but
yeah, Christopher Lee said it in his lines. Yes, they did, and Christopher Lee just for the record, Christopher Lee was the only reason why I watched Howling 2, despite everybody saying how horrible it was. Okay, to wrap this up, the Howling action.
I agree, Tom.
The Howling is action packed, terrifying, and it's always been a fun time. I had so much fun watching it when I was 10 years old, and still a good movie to watch today. It's aged very well.
Well, check this out here very quickly. Turned out Lauren lived in Bermuda for 5 years, and they had Bermudian British accents, which is still a British territory, as a matter of fact.
Territory.
That's right. So, in closing,
territory.
In closing, Nick, you want to make your announcements?
Yeah. So I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with Nick Files. We're probably going to make a part 3, I think, of more locations that I have in Mansfield, Ohio. Hopefully that'll be the last one I'll be doing, because we're going to make a very big transition now that we're getting close.
Didn't I say Dog Soldiers? Didn't I say Dog Soldiers?
Yeah. You said The Howling.
Did I say The Howling? Oh,
yeah,
you did.
Okay, so Dog Soldiers, like I just love that movie ever since I was 10. Super fun to watch. I've also watched The Howling too when I was back then as well.
You guys didn't know Nick is a puppet, so
pretty much.
So tomorrow, like I said, I'll be making a big announcement out right before the end of Nick Files tomorrow, because I'm going to be making a full transition. Going to be making some changes actually as we get into the months of September and October. Right? These are going to be kind of like the somewhat Halloween specials I put together. It's going to be something you guys definitely don't want to miss. And then to the grave for Thursday, to the grave and back, we are starting an hour later than usual, which will be 10 p.m. Lowe's this time, 4 p.m. my time. We're supposed to have we're actually going to be talking, I think, about a specific murder that occurred in the UK back in the mid-1990s. I can't remember what her name was, but it's supposed to be a really interesting one. And then supernatural talk, we're supposed to have oh my God, who do we have coming on? I should have known this already. I can't even remember who it is, but I know we got a guess. And then finally, for the Frighteners, I think we might also have a guest on too. And Lauren, get your hands off Nick's chest. So that's pretty much coming up. And of course, I should probably say, for any new viewers watching, if they want to follow me, where they can find me, at the closest at the closest hardware store where there's a lot of duct tape.
You're wearing this out super quick.
But that's all I got.
Funny to me.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dog Soldiers, great movie, highly recommended if you love werewolves. It's worth seeing. I cherish it always ever since first seeing it all those years ago. So on Thursday, I'll be returning to my live stream, continuing with Batman Arkham Knights. Yeah, it might be close to the end of the story mode, but there's all kinds of side missions I got to tackle in that game, so it's going to be a little
always
while.
Is.
All
the Arkham games.
Yeah. And I just found out that they are going to be releasing the Arkham trilogy for the Switch. Yeah, I feel kind of iffy about that. Yeah, because
isn't that just going to be
sorry. That was
okay.
Isn't that just going to be regurgitated though? Really?
Yeah, they're just gonna. Yeah, pretty much. Okay,
Sorry,
so
John.
okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode of. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of FearFans podcast, and we'll be back next week. I'm thinking of The Conjuring next.
Okay, that's a good choice. I would have said originally that new duct tape horror movie would have been good. A good one.
All right, enough.
The Conjuring's a good choice, though.
Yes, The Conjuring. We'll be sure to return to that because, I know, Nick, I know you have plenty to say about that movie as well.
Well, and also consider I've met some of the real family members.
Yeah.
If you can't fix it, duck it.
Okay. All right, so good. So that's it for tonight. See you guys on here, Fear Fans Podcast, next week with The Conjuring. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, wait. Here. Wait.
Yeah.
Am I doing for the
It'd be awesome to have you back. Seriously.
Yes. Yes, we would love to have you back on board. Yeah, let us know. Yeah, we'll talk. For sure.
I got her phone number. She could. I could reach out to her on that.
8675309.
Yeah,
oh wait, that's Jenny. I'm sorry.
No,
that's
Jenny.
Jenny.
That's Jenny. Not Jill.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wrong.
Yeah, I don't have her number. Yeah, I don't have her number. All right. Well,
Bye, guys.
See you guys next week. All right.